All right, and we are up.
Okay, so
So
we're on.
we're live. Oh yeah, we're live now.
All right.
Sorry we're a little late, but we have a few technical issues. We're gonna iron those out next week so that we'll get much better at this. All right. Uh, I'm trying to breathe now. Um, but it's all good. So we're here to talk about why we love QuickBooks and RightTool. But before that, let's check in with Deborah and see how you're doing.
I'm doing great. I'm
Doing
excited.
great?
Sunday I leave for QuickBooks Connect or Intuit
Yay!
Connect. I
Intuit Connect. Yes, we have to get it
can't
right.
wait. How many more sleeps?
I
Thursday,
don't
Friday,
even know. I
Saturday.
just know Sunday.
Yeah. So I'm getting all excited. But of course, I get anxious because I have to get a lot of client work done before that. And of course, everybody wants a meeting, and I haven't been out with the hurt.
Uh-huh.
You know, I'm behind, and but you do what you can do.
All right, we're seeing getting a spinny thing. See if that's on there. So we're seeing we may have more technical issues because what is a day without those?
Right.
Uh, we're checking that right now before we launch into this because we're just spinning on my side. Is it going? Please say it's going.
Two are watching. Is that us?
Okay, we're going. All right, cool. Pull it up so I can see the chat. Let's do that. Oh, there it is. Okay. If you are a regular viewer, you know what it looks like at the beginning of ours. If not, this
Two
is
are
what it looks
waiting.
like at the beginning of ours
It says two are
sometimes.
waiting. What does that mean? Maybe.
That's on a different platform. So just
Okay.
ignore that now. I can't connect those two
Okay.
because we had to do emergency through Zoom through the backup plan. When we relaunch with our new ones next week, we won't have this problem.
Oh,
Anyway,
there it is. Okay.
let's move forward. Are we good? Okay. We are good. Okay, so we're going to move forward now.
All right.
All right. So we're going to be talking about how we love RightTool and in combination with QuickBooks Online. So I love it, and I
Well,
use
first,
the
let's talk
Pro.
about what Right Tool is.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. Let's jump into what RightTool is and what it does. But we're also talking about this from the perspective of the paid version. So just to let you guys know, we are showing some things here that will be in the paid version. There is a free version that does a lot of these things, and I'll go through the settings so you can see where it cuts between free and paid. But I suggest everyone, if you don't have it yet, at least start with the free because it's free. But anyway, let's explain a little bit about what RightTool is and what it does. Deb, do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Well, Right Tool is developed by Hector Garcia and Mark Coram, and Hector was frustrated with QuickBooks Online, as we all are. And Mark had this product, I think, and if I apologize if I get the history wrong, but they connected, and Hector would say, "I want QuickBooks to do this," and Mark would figure out a way to use, and he does not go into the API. It lays on top of QuickBooks Online. So it's an extension.
It's
And
a
he
Chrome
can,
extension
yeah,
for those who,
it works on
who
Edge
know
because I
that.
use Edge.
Yep.
And, it does things that we wish QuickBooks would do. Like, for example, if you were a desktop user, it would say cleared on the checks. It doesn't say that in QuickBooks Online. It now does with the right tools. All the right tools stuff is in like a orangey color. If you need to, like just the other day, like this morning, actually, I have a client that has a payroll company and they're difficult to work with, and it imports into the wrong bank account. It pays out of the right bank account, but it imports into the wrong bank account. And it imports as journal entries, and you know how I feel about those. So I went through and I was looking at for the month, and there were 5 payroll weeks in there that were recorded in the right. Anyway, so I had to delete them. Now I could go in and go edit, delete, edit, delete, edit, delete. So I just went into the
Mhm.
register and said batch, delete, bung, 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 gets rid of them. So, I mean, it speeds things up, and it does come up with warnings for that delete function. Are you sure? Are you double sure? Are you triple sure? Because once it's gone, it's gone. And but it really speeds things up. I like the other one. Like today, I did it, this same client. They make a lot of deposits, and I make the actual. I don't make. She receives the payments, puts it into undeposited funds, and I make the deposits. So I'm now looking at the deposit tickets, and it was for 30 days. Well, there must have been 50 transactions, but I could see the deposit ticket, and I could filter it. Give me all the payments that received from this date. So it would take out everything I didn't want to see. Okay, they match instead of searching this whole big long list. That's one thing I do. I mean, there's just such a multitude of things.
There's so many things. So what I did was I brought up the QuickBooks sample company, and I'm going to share my screen
Great.
so you guys can get a visual of what it looks like. Some of these things, I do things different than Debbie does, so that she will guide me through some when I ask a question like, how do you do that? Because all the stuff she just said, I don't even do, because I'm kind of like RightTool and QBO Lite even though they say I'm a heavy user, I don't even know. So yeah, a lot of times I just kind of go through it. So I'm going to share my screen right now.
Yeah.
Just give me a moment. And all right. So you guys should be seeing my screen with all my stuff on it. Get my arrow over there. So, oh, I should have probably, let me just give some more screen space. Let's see. Now that'll be fine for now.
Looks good. Looks good.
Yeah, that looks good there. Okay, so this is what it looks like when you have the RightTool installed. And it is a Chrome extension. You can just go on Chrome and drop it in. And it puts I like the menu over here, even though I'm left-handed, so I'm a left-handed looker. But in the real world, I operate in the right-handed world. So I have a right-handed mouse. So I just think it's really cool. These are set up. You can custom design the way these go. And they can, you can put anything you want in here. The red stars or the red, they're kind of orangey. I put in, this is the order that I want them in. So you get to manage your menu. There's also like group favorites. I don't have anything in there. Oh, I do. For the review call, it brings up a bunch of different things. One of the first things that I asked about when they came up with this, they had about 8 features when they launched it. What I said, I want company switch. So I can have, now on this you won't see it, but on mine, it has a list of companies that I'm doing active daily stuff on, and it rows a list of companies in here. And I put them in the order I want to go through them every morning. And then I just click on them, and then we go. And then I flip back over here to my favorites, and then we'll start with banking. Now, when I'm teaching QuickBooks Online to people, I always call the banking area home base. So in my mind, this is always home base. But and we're using the sample company, so we're going to get messages we don't get. So the cool thing is that I like that came up right away, which is like when you're in the bank register, see all these red things? Red or orange, depending on your screen. This is all stuff that RightTool is doing behind the scenes. All of these things. Now, bank transactions, this is new. It works the same as back to banking. QuickBooks added it in not that long ago.
Yeah, what happens is QuickBooks sees what Hector and Mark are doing, and it says, oh, that's a good idea. Let's add it into the software.
So there's a lot of stuff going behind the scenes going on.
Right.
That when you click the settings, which I'll show in a minute, but when you click the settings, it just does it for you a lot of times. So let's go back to the banking area, because another couple of things that I really love from managing the bank transactions area is if you go in here and you're going in every morning. Well, I do, and the way I do things, let's get that out of the way, is you can see the red here. We'll bring a better description in. Now, in this case, it matches, but a lot of times the descriptions that are coming in from the bank aren't really great that are coming in, and you can get a better description. So these are the red or orange, depending on your screen, that come in. I really love this payee by history.
Yep.
Because boom, I mean, these are the things I use every day, all the time, because then it shows you right away, if I didn't have a rule, what was I doing? Now, in this case, it doesn't have anything, but it still shows that anyway. What else?
Right. So if you wanted to know, well, who is Books by Bessie? How did I classify it in the past?
Yeah.
You can click on that. A new tab will appear that will show you how you've classified it in the past,
Yep.
which is great.
It's super cool. So then we have this bank detail that it brings in. Now, when you click on this, it throws it in this memo line. And this again was a favorite of mine, like from the beginning, is when you click on this, or you just highlight it and you click V. If I want to make this a vendor, I'll click here and it doesn't do it. Of course,
Well,
this
it
is the
does, but
sample
yeah, maybe
file.
because it's a sample file.
Yeah, it might be. Oh, here. Wait. Let me see if it does it this. Nope, it didn't do it. Well,
It,
usually it will bring, actually every other time that I ever do it, it brings the
when you're in
name
a
right
real
in
file, it
here.
pulls it in. I use it
Yeah.
all the time.
Not only that, it puts it in the proper case. So capital B and the rest of the letters small. It'll do case sensitives for you too. So you don't have to fix any of that. Another cool thing down here, if you're trying to figure out stuff, it can do a GPT suggest. So it goes out to Chat GPT and sees what the transaction is for. And I'm not going to click on these because we don't want to go all over the place. And it'll pull in and maybe a Google memo too.
The Google memo I use a lot
Mm-hmm.
because let's say Books by Bessie. Well, what is that? Is that another accounting firm? Is that a library? I don't know what it is. If you click on Google memo, it will actually go out to Google and search by that name. And it will come up with, oh, that's a, and a lot of times with restaurants, oh, that's a restaurant. Okay. And you can say, oh, I see meals and entertainment. So I use that Google memo a lot. So, and I put in, every single vendor, so I use vendor and customer a lot, the V and the C. So I don't have to type it in.
Yes, I hardly ever have to type anything anymore because I'm using that V and the C all the time.
Right.
And I'm one of those people who is like adamant about putting the name of the restaurant in, not just restaurants or
Me
gas
too.
station.
Me too.
I think that is the better way to do things, in my personal opinion. Because I just don't like to shortcut things like that. I
Now,
think
here's
it's
a little tip
important.
that I do. It does nothing to do with right
Mhm.
tools. If they travel a lot, I put in the state
Oh,
in,
that's good too.
in the
Yeah.
tag. So
Yep.
then they go, oh, I see you were in Colorado. Like I was in Colorado last month because of the hurricane. And
Mhm.
if I went out to, I said Colorado, and I know that then I was in Colorado for those dates. So you can tag stuff in there too. Just FYI, if you do a lot of restaurants, are they meals or are they traveling? Whatever. And
Yeah, I'll do that. Actually, you brought that up and I hadn't thought about it, but I'll do that for like my clients that are traveling to various locations. If they're using franchises are all over on all the states. If they use the Chick-fil-A franchise in say Nevada or Vegas, it will say Nevada. If they went to one in, California, it'll say California. That way it just helps us a little bit in the books figure out when they can't remember where they were when they spent what.
yeah,
Because I have one client that's traveling constantly and
right.
we're doing those kinds of things just to keep on track. Okay. So that's kind of cool stuff there. Let's go to the settings section. You'll see, one thing, see, it'll tell you up here too, what version you have of QuickBooks going. And it'll also tell you their version that they have up. They release new versions all the time. In fact, they released one the other day. I have the notes. I haven't even had a chance to look at it yet. All right. So constantly they're adding and changing things. So let me bring down their the tools, which pops into another tab here. So as you can see, this is me. I'm signed up for it. So you'll see, and I have the most recent version and I have the pro version. So that means I have everything down here where it says pro. The free version gives you a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It really does. It gives you a ton of stuff. So I would say for anyone just starting out and not sure, just start with the free version. And
And
then
it's
you just
it's
go
five
down.
hundred dollars a year or
Mhm.
$50 a month. And if you have a team, then it's a $15 additional cost for them to have it.
So what I know a lot of people do is they have theirs, the 500, they pay for the 500 a year. Then they have their team get the free version.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And that way that helps them. do a lot of things, and they may add one key person in, but they'll do it that way instead. That'll help because that'll do the banking rules and things like that.
Yeah.
That'll help with that. So we'll kind of go through this stuff. I have most of this stuff turned on. If you can see on the bottom, it tells you how many features you have turned on. That's why they say I'm like a pro user, because I have everything turned on. It is not a contest to have everything turned on, by the way. I've
Right.
seen people, well, how many features do you have turned on? Like, it's not a contest. Is this stuff you want to use? And it's valuable to you. So you can see I have some things turned off. As we go on, I don't need like a black and white color screen. They have stuff in here for colorblind too that helps with them. It's
I'm
not
just looking
something
at
that
mine. I only have 106 features turned on.
wow, we'll have to see where we vary. They added new stuff. So on mine, I think when they add new stuff, it just automatically turns on. So you can see what I've got on. I've got like most everything turned on. I really like to enable the tab management. That means it opens all the tabs. I get shortcut tools, close tabs on company change. When I'm switching companies, it just closes all the tabs and opens the new one. That's efficient for me. Um, there's a lot of things you go through and try them out. Enhanced reports. I like the enhanced reporting.
One
I
of
don't
the
know that
things
I
that a
close any
lot of
sidebar.
you can turn off transfers.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times, stuff will come in and the client will classify it as a transfer and it's not.
Oh
So
yeah,
you can
I got
turn
that
off
turned off somewhere in
transfers. So
here.
they have to pick a deposit expense, a check that you're not, you can disable transfers in the bank feed.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot
And
of
you can,
accounts like that.
yeah, I really like the way this is like laid out too. Right here, this is the coolest one. Error prevention, just error prevention. I mean, how much more simpler is that? So,
There's the untransfer button.
untransfer button. I have mine turned off. I must have had a good reason for turning that
Well,
off.
I don't mind the transfers, but I
Yeah.
mean, you have a client that, like if they get a deposit from a refund from Home Depot and they make a transfer to uncategorized asset, you can't, and they've reconciled the bank, you can't change uncategorized asset to an expense account in a transfer.
Yeah.
So it's a pain. So what I do is I just say, all right, let me write a check to Home Depot from uncategorized asset to fix it. It's just a pain. So you can turn it off.
Yeah, that scenario does not happen in my world. So I don't know why, but I just haven't had that scenario happen. So I don't know why I have that
It
one
doesn't
turned
happen that
off. What
often,
is
but
it?
when it does, it's a
Yeah,
pain.
when it does, it
One
does.
client uses,
Yeah, another cool thing that they have too. They also have a lot of videos. I don't see any in here for this area,
well,
but they also,
click on the eyes. That should, like on the eye
oh,
little,
does that,
yeah, that should
oh,
have
there they are. Okay. Yeah, I forgot to show you guys. There's a video for every feature and
almost
what
every
it
feature.
does. So another cool thing, and this is for the free. This is all the free stuff we're showing you. There's a video for most everything. In this case, he's got them all. These have been in here a while, so he's got them all in here. So super cool stuff going on, and they explain everything. I mean, you
Yeah.
could not get a more responsive, even though they're not technically an app, they're an app in my world. You could not get a more responsive one. They even have a Facebook group where you can put ideas into, and I'll show you that. It's real easy to find. But here, and then they have classic reporting. Okay, who wants classic reporting still? You can, if you need to have the classic reporting, I still have mine on. I don't know that I use it that much anymore because we've now moved, but they're all here. So you can still do it. As long as QuickBooks has stuff available within their system, you can still do it. If QuickBooks takes it out, there's nothing they can do about it. They can't get it. So that's the one key thing. If QuickBooks makes a change, and this has happened to them a few times, where QuickBooks has made a change, especially in the banking area recently, I believe. They made a change to some things and things got a little messed up. The thing is, once they make the change, Mark is on it.
Mark
Soon
will
as he hears it,
he's amazing.
soon as he gets notified about it, he is on it. They are fixing it and they're making a video about what they did.
Right.
So that's what's super cool about what Hector and Mark are doing. And they have a few more people on their team too. There's a whole behind the scenes thing going on with them. if you're going to Intuit Connect, they'll be there. They have a booth this year.
Oh, they have a
How
booth?
cool. They have a booth this year. Yeah. Not only they have a lot of events going on, they have a booth and they have a meetup. So you can meet and talk to them too if you are going.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get them on video too while we're there.
Okay,
All
great.
right. So again, bank fee detail, more detail, the larger memo boxes. Those memo boxes that I showed you, they're not that big. Oh, I should show the bank rules. Um, new transactions button, the history pay link, um,
Oh, the
the
chart
bank
of accounts
rules.
things. How many times I can filter by the kind of account that I want? I can jump to the
Mhm.
last place. I mean, when without this, you're always going back to the top, and I'm like, oh man, I'm down in other expense. I got to go back to, so it helps jumping around in the chart of accounts. I only want to see equity, so you can see just equity,
Yep.
or it's
And
just
so cool. And then the bank feed color assistance. It doesn't demo on the sample company, but this was a thing that I actually asked for this. I asked if there could be a 3-color system where we could see the feeds that come in, like the ones that match green, the ones that are rules blue, and the ones that aren't rules red. That way I could quickly, in my world, I could quickly on an iPad know which ones they were and deal with them right away. It doesn't demo really well on what we have here, but it works really well. But I want to go back and show the bank rules area. And let's go to bank rules because this again is like a cool thing for me, honestly, because right here in regular QuickBooks, you don't get a text space this large. And here, what it does is it'll default to bank text, and then it'll put the larger text area in, so then you can tighten it up or whatever you need to do. A lot of my clients, they'll use credit cards and it will have the whole credit card with the numbers and everything out there, when I only really need to just know the name. If it was like a Home Depot charge, I take all that junk out and only needs to look for a Home Depot charge, and then you can test it and make sure it works. But that is like the coolest thing on the bank rules is it just defaults it to bank text,
yeah. Instead
and
of
then
this
it
big
brings
spreadsheet.
everything in and you can see it, and then you can cut it down to what you need it to do. I think that's it with the bank rules, but that's everything to me. But
Right.
because you can make the rules more efficient. And if we go back out to the transactions, there was some more stuff on there, so I apologize. But there was more things about sorting. So if we go here, let's say this one here, and let's see if it'll do it for us on this one. And I do this. This is typically what I do every morning. I don't have that many to do. And it didn't bring it in, so I'll just copy and paste. Ah, didn't even copy it. Ah, it's not even copying it. Oh,
These
that
sample
sucks.
files aren't the easiest to work with.
Yeah. So it didn't even copy it for me. Leave without saving, yes. So if it did, it create the rule. You guys kind of get it anyways. If you don't, always reach out and ask.
And if it takes up too much real estate, you can minimize it with that little arrow.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then see what RightTool does is though, is it makes these boxes bigger.
Yeah.
So this box here is bigger. This box here is bigger. This box here is bigger. So you can actually see them. Because it's so hard. When I have to look at files that don't have RightTool, my brain is
I know it's hard.
exploding. Oh my gosh. And I have to do it every day, like at least 10 times a day.
Yeah.
So it's just crazy. And it's right now it's not even showing my color coding. It has the green one, but that's the normal green for QuickBooks. All right, let's see. Let's go back and see it. Whoops, sorry. This is here. Oh, bring the tools back up. Sorry, it comes up on another screen first. All right, so that's just the free stuff. So then you get into the paid stuff where it gets more stuff. Now, as you notice, I have most everything on. This must be new. But he does kind of put new stuff in there. I don't know why I would hide transactions with attachments. So it's not something that I do, but I have most everything on. And then we have bank automation. This is the one that's the best for me. I love it. Um, Auto updates the bank feeds. This is the paid version now. So when I go into banking, it's just updating it for me. And then I don't have to worry about it. I'm updated. It updates it and we go quicker. That's what makes me go fast. Batch. No, so this is more of batching things. Maybe Deb, you could talk more of that because you're doing more of that. I don't have to do a whole lot of that because of the way I run mine. But
Well,
you're
if you
doing
go
a lot
to
of batch work.
go to the bank feed again,
Okay.
or and go to the register.
All right.
Okay. So one
me
of the
get
nice
this.
things is up there,
Mhm.
like especially in January, when you're still doing 23. I mean, well, this next year in 25, you're still going to be 24. You can say custom autofill back to 24. So, or if you're doing a clean, make sure it's 23. So that's a real nice feature at the beginning of the year change. But if you want to say, let's say I want to delete these 4 or 5 transactions, if you hit batch, check the boxes, and then hit delete.
And then see, it gives you the warning. I've done this actually a couple times. Not,
It's nice.
and then it says
Or you can
yes,
edit,
yes, yes.
or you can edit all of them. Let's say you want all of them to be
Yeah.
to a
And it,
different.
oh, it saves the file too.
Yeah.
So you
Okay.
can save that file. And we'll hit cancel. We don't care.
That
All
I
right.
use that a lot. But go to click them again. Go to batch.
Mm-hmm.
Select them. And now, what do you want to edit?
Oh, hold on. Let me select some. Sorry, I was going too quick. Edit. Oh, hold
What
on.
do I want to edit?
And edit.
You can edit. Yeah, you can edit things in batch too.
Yeah, hold on. I went too quick there. Let me get out of that. Let me just go back for a sec.
Sometimes you have to pretend to click. You have to figure out, oh, I got to click this before I click that.
Yeah.
That's okay.
All right. Let's start over. Okay. So now we're going to go to batch.
Select. Now select. Okay. Keep going.
Do I want to select all?
Yeah,
I've got
click
deposits
yeah.
and
Well, go to and
here.
select on edit.
Okay. There we go. All right. What do I want to date?
I want to change the source, like move to another register, the reference number, the payee, the account, the amount, whatever. Let's say, how many times have you had clients go in and they have reconciled within this, not with the statement? You can change the reconcile status.
Ooh. You can change the reconcile status. All right, let's do that because that's a big one. Okay, so we go here. Am I right?
Yeah, try it.
Close.
They haven't been reconciled, so it's not adding it.
Oh, okay. Wait, let's go back and do edit again. Let's change the source. Move to another register.
Yeah.
So we can go here.
And so
it's not working. I don't think it's working right in here.
Yeah, click on savings. But anyway,
yeah.
You can, in your real file, you can do it, test it out. But I use the delete one a lot.
Yeah, I have used that delete one a lot. That's pretty cool. The delete one more than anything else I've used. The reconcile one, I don't use that because
do they have any on deposit? Go to new banking.
Go back to banking.
Make it bank deposit. Yeah, go to banking or go to the new button.
Oh, the new thing?
Deposit. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, hang on. Sorry. It does one thing it does do, it does slow your system down a little because it's laying things on top. Oops. Here, we'll do it on here.
Yeah, same. That part. Go to bank deposit.
Uh-huh.
It's not showing up, but usually there's a little
box.
Oh, there it
here
is.
They are. They're coming in.
Deposits. So if you have a big long list of deposits and you this is October and I was doing September. So she had October payments in there. I didn't want to look at this list of 100 things. I said, give me the payment she received from September 1 to September 2nd. So it took everything out except those dates. So it was easier to pick. So I'd use that one a lot.
Other really cool things you can see on here You can export to a CSV. You can paste from an Excel. This is my most favorite thing ever. You can make a copy. Oops, sorry. You can make a copy of, of a deposit. What's the one thing you can't do is when you're doing
No,
deposits, you can't make a copy.
that's dumb.
That's the stupidest thing ever. You can copy expenses, you
I
can
know.
copy checks,
I
but you
know.
can't copy. So I
I
use this a
know.
lot.
Yep.
And then I like that they have this little just regular save button here. If you just want to save it and look at it, um, and make sure you got it right. So I like that a lot.
If you happen to do a journal entry, it will total them up too to see where you're off.
Yeah, so and it gives you a total up top too.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you know,
You can
just
change,
these
you can
little
sort. Yeah, all this stuff.
all these little things that just make the difference in our day that I think only we can get excited about, to be
Yeah.
honest. So the fun little stuff like that we discover, and I discover new things all the time. So what I always tell people is do the free version first
Right.
and start looking at all the videos. All these videos are also in YouTube, so you can see the difference too. And then you can start going down. Here's some more register stuff. So the stuff we're showing you, again, it's in the pro version. Um, so you can see like all the things that we have, and I've got a lot of this on. The reconcile stuff is fun too. It just helps do the reconciliation a little bit better, although it's pretty easy in QuickBooks. If you've done everything else, you should not have any problems doing your reconciliation. So um, but I noticed they have a new one, checking uh matching payments and deposits, which can be helpful. Again, if you've done it right, this is helpful. If they're just screwed up anyways, it may or may not help you. I haven't looked at that one that much. Then they have the deposits. Again, it helps with the show hide undeposited funds, things like that. It's just, it just helps a little bit more. Honestly, I have all these on and like they just work in the background for me. Okay, so now we'll get to they have a lot of they have some beta stuff for AI that I have on and I use, which is kind of neat. So I do a lot of report analysis. So I'll have the P&L and I'll have it go to Chat GPT to write an analysis. And I'll check it and it's pretty on. So I'll get that, and I'll use that in client reviews with them. And that way you don't have to like copy things and put it in Chat GPT and have it write the analysis and do all that stuff. So in my world, I come from a corporate world where I used to have to write all these analysis. So from like my brain, and this takes a lot of that out. So I can go back and actually read them and make sure they make sense. So I've seen them before. So it's pretty cool. I love it. And I've been using that one since the day that they put it out. I'm like, I grabbed it. And here's the prompt they have in here, but they have other prompts that you can put your own prompt into. So things like that. So if you haven't experimented with it, experiment and see what it says. My clients love it. They don't even understand what it means. Half the time I have to explain it to them, but they love it that I can give them an overview of everything. And then they have this experiments. This is stuff they are doing just to see if it works. They are constantly trying things. And I'm in there with them. Let's see what happens here. So, I'm in there with them on all this stuff. I don't even know why this one's turned off. I'm going to turn this one back on.
That's nice. Copy bill number to memo.
Yeah, I didn't see that one before.
Yeah, because I use
I
that a
haven't
lot.
looked in here. Yeah.
So it'll copy the bill number to the memo. So if you're looking at the payment, well, what bill does this pay? And if you pay 4 bills with one payment, it will copy all 4 of them.
Look, you can even add amounts next to the bill numbers. I think let's do that one too.
Yeah.
And copy transactions and register. Let's turn that one on too.
Up now, you have 13. I'm still back to
sorry.
You're winning.
We'll have to coordinate on that when I see you.
Yeah.
And the cool thing, again, video for almost everything. If they don't have a video in here for it, they will soon. I think they've uploaded them all now, but I honestly haven't checked. And these are all coming from YouTube.
And that's
They also have YouTube channels.
There's Mark down in the corner. That's
Mark.
Mark.
There's Mark right here. So all really, really great stuff that they're doing here. Let me see if we have anything in the chat because I wasn't paying attention. And no one in the chat today. Probably couldn't find us. Sorry.
It's okay. Show them what the extension is, that little black one up there. See that little
I'm sorry. Which one are you talking about?
extension, so they see it on the
Oh,
extension.
this one right here. Yeah. So this is
Click on
the
that.
extension for
Click on the extension, so and it will also clear your cache really easy if you click on that.
Hold on. You can't do it from there. I think you have to do it from here. There you
No,
go.
you can still do it from you can do it from the extension.
Not from where I was in the extension. I just did it from the extension. Can you see it?
Oh. If you click on the little
yeah, this is where it gives the release notes of the new stuff. So, and when it was released, they're very detailed. So you can see there was stuff released on the 23rd of September. This is the new things. Oh, I guess they're the new things that they did the video on the other day. So I think it's once a month they do a live webinar on all the new stuff. I'm not sure if it's once a month or once every 2 months. I can't remember. Oh, it says it right here. Duh. Bi-monthly webinar series. So, and then they have the link for it, but they go on and we'll do a live update on everything, and they're interactive within that also. So really, really great tool for you to use. I actually set clients up with it to some get the free, some get the paid. Anyone that I'm doing, yeah, no, it's not just for accountants. It's for everybody. I will, anyone that I'm doing the cleanups for and they're taking over, I'll advise them to use it. I'll show them how to use it, trying to help also Hector and Mark get going and get more downloads, which is everything for them to keep
And they're
going.
not even sponsoring this podcast. This is how much we love it.
Yeah, no, there's we're actually being sponsored today by, and I totally forgot to say it because we had all the technical stuff. We're actually being sponsored today by Bookkeeping Buds, which is Bookkeeping Buds, which is a great community of bookkeepers just like us. We all nerd out on bookkeeping and all the things. We actually had a meeting today about our favorite apps, and we were not allowed to mention RightTool because I think everybody would have said that.
Yeah. Yes, and Cindy's having a magic hour that you can attend to find more out about it, and I think it's coming up. So go to bookkeepingbuds.com, and it's better as a bud.
Yep. And that magic hour is free.
Yeah.
So it's a free for everyone to kind of come and engage. It's full engagement. You'll be on.
And Don and I are both buds. We're both buds.
We're both buds. So, and you have a Slack channel or a Slack workspace with channels in there. We help each other out. It's just an amazing group of people that just help each other out. There's anywhere from the people who have really small firms, maybe just starting out, to people who have large firms with teams. Yeah. And it's a really great group. We get a lot of information. I learned so much from the people in the group. It's just been amazing for me. All right. So I guess we will see you next time, eh? Maybe we'll see next time we get together at QuickBooks Intuit Connect. You'll see us actually in the same room. So next week we will be doing live from Intuit Connect. You almost have me saying QuickBooks Connect. We'll be live from Intuit Connect. So keep your notifications on, because we won't really have a schedule. We'll be going up and, as we feel like it, we'll be showcasing it, walking around. We have a streaming platform set up. That should work.
It should work.
That one, I know that works because I use it all the time for other things. So we'll be doing that. And hopefully we'll get some people on to talk to you guys about what they're doing.
Okay, great. All right. Until next time.
All right. We'll see you guys all out there.